Video Fusion here, back with another video. Today we're going to be reacting to some more first take. Um, Stephen A says that the Celtics have the ability to win it all. In my opinion, Malcolm Brogdon was a great pickup. He's a great off the bench point guard. He knows how to handle an offense. He knows how to play defense as well. He has a great basketball mind. I feel like he was a great pickup for this team, and I think that's what the Celtics needed. Needed someone who can come off the bench and pretty much do what Marcus Smart does, but with a little bit more efficiency and consistency. Malcolm Brogdon, he's not going to give you 20, 30 points a game. He'll give you 10, 10, and 5. He'll give you a solid stat line, be useful, all that type of stuff there. Sorry to go on that random tangent, but let's go ahead and see what Stephen A. and the crew got to say.
Versus the top team in the West, that would be the Suns. Boston blew out Phoenix, and Chris Paul's return from heel injury, 125-98. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both had
That boy Chris Paul was out there getting them Kardashian cheeks.
25. Boston is now 21-5. WNBA champion head coach Becky Hammond back here with us, and of course, newest member of our team. Great to have you. Can anyone stop the Celtics right now from winning it all?
I don't think so. Not right now. The only people that can stop the Celtics are the Celtics. And that's because their mindset and their buy-in factor. So if they lose that, yeah, they become obviously beatable. But you got two young stars, obviously entering their primes. The game gets, you can tell.
That's a nice necklace. But yeah, those two, Jalen Green, Jason Tatum, 25 apiece. They both play both sides of the ball, as well as Marcus Smart, but those two themselves, they play both sides of the ball. They are great offensive players, great defensive players, hard workers, people who tend to put the team first. Last year, I think their problem was really just experience. There it is. Playoff championship experience, understanding, knowing what a finals game is, understanding that you got to turn it up in like the finals. It's a completely different atmosphere. Last year, like, their team was still young. They're still somewhat young of a core, but with that experience, with that knowledge, there comes growth, and you can see that right now. You can see them just improving and improving almost every single game. You see it, and then you also see people like Marcus Smart, people like Malcolm Brogdon. You see the effort, and I do think that this team is going to be great. Yes, just like you said before, I think that the only people stopping the Celtics are the Celtics.
It's just slowed down for those two. And then they're committed to making the right play. And once you have buy-in from your two best players of just making the right play, you know, you're seeing them have games of 8, 9, 10 assists. That's huge because it really keeps the defense honest. And at the end of the day, I look at it, you know, I talk about reading. They're great readers, and Golden State has always been the best readers in the game, in my opinion, of what's my defense doing, you know, and making reads. And I think Boston now has come into that conversation of being great readers, and also adding really great pieces around them, whether that be shooting or just brains with Derek White and Brogdon. You know, I'm really excited to see what this team can do. And we haven't even seen them full strength yet.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I started off the season confessing to basketball royalty here that I was thinking Golden State and Brooklyn. I haven't jumped off that Golden State bandwagon yet because to me, call me crazy, coach, but I'm of the mindset that Wiseman, who was in the G League, I'm thinking about a 7-footer who can play. And that Steve Kerr is just a genius, so he'll figure it out. But I'm looking at Steph, I'm saying...
A quick pause right there. So this is what he said about Steve Kerr. I agree. I feel like we don't give Steve Kerr enough credit. He was put into a great position. But you see that they are winning now. You see that they are great at like developing players. Jordan Poole came out of nowhere, started hooping. Wiseman, he is improving. Moody, he is improving. I'm missing one more name. Gosh dang it! I just saw him yesterday. He just got into it with Jordan Clarkson yesterday. But you see, Kaminga. You see them improving. You see them getting reps. That's one thing that I feel like a lot of playoff aspiration teams. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but they don't really put their young guys in the rotation when it comes to close games, nail biters, hard fought games because they don't, want to lose those games. But the Warriors, Steve Kerr and that staff, they are willing to lose games to teach a lesson. And that's actually what something that my grandpa would say when we play dominoes. He'd be like, he'll lose a game to have some fun. Obviously, he's like playing around, but I think at the end of the day, if you take a loss as a lesson, then you will grow much better and get that experience. Learn how to lose, but then see what happens. Go to film, improve. And I just think Steve Kerr really doesn't get enough credit, I feel like.
If Clay gives you what Clay can give you when it counts, which is postseason, you ain't got to worry about back-to-backs. It's a different animal, especially when Jordan Poole coming off the bench, even though some people think he should start, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not jumping off that bandwagon, but if anything could get me to jump off the bandwagon, it's these Boston Celtics. I think Boston might win it all. I'm looking at them right now. Jason Tatum is clearly my MVP. Now, we've talked about others, and recently I was talking about the way Anthony Davis is going on that 9-game roll before he's out with the flu again. Don't get me started with that. I mean, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Just when I was excited, he misses the game with the flu. Okay, and then him and LeBron both missed games in Toronto. So there's no chance at the time of the year they get to see him, and neither of them play, but that's a different subject for another day. In the end, Devin Booker was looking spectacular, and then he goes up against Boston last night, and they get slaughtered. Slaughtered. They were up like 98.
I'm pausing one more time, guys. Sorry. But just like I was saying earlier, defense. So the three guys here, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, play defense. They will go in at you. They have length as well, which I feel like defensively they can slack and use like their length like to their advantage. But they don't slack. They play hard. They play defense and use that length as well as their athleticism to shut down people like Devin Booker, who is a phenomenal scorer. So just imagine Devin Booker having to see three different looks. See Jason Tatum one possession, then Marcus Smart one possession, then Jaylen Brown one possession, and then switch back to Marcus Smart or so on and so forth. They have that ability to switch great defenders on you and show you that maybe you beat this guy, but maybe Jaylen Brown has a better matchup or so on and so forth. So I just think that their defensive core of those three it's just disgusting sometimes.
55 or something like that last night.
45 at one point. Yeah.
Jason Tatum is averaging 30 on like 48% shooting. This brother is trying to make amends for the finals. Right now, the Boston Celtics should be the favorites to win it all. Number one offense. And they're 12th defensively, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
And that's without Robert Williams. He ain't even back yet.
People doubted this with the coaching change as well and didn't know how that would affect things with this Boston team. But right now they haven't skipped a beat. Would you say this is the best duo in the NBA when we're talking about Jaylen and Jason?
Yes, easily.
I think without doubt it is. The way they're playing, the level, it's translating into W's. And at the end of the day, winning takes care of everything. Yeah. And they have this factor. They got this chemistry. And I go back to you got two stars.
And you forgot about that whole Ime Udoka nonsense. You forgot all about that because this team is winning. People were thinking, who knows how they're gonna play? They're a young team, so on and so forth. This is the first time. Yeah, they are hooping out of their mind. It just shows that these players are on edge. They're doing their job out there. They are wanting to win games. As a Lakers fan, it's hard for me to watch these guys hoop, but as an NBA basketball player, basketball fan, it's just great to see good basketball sometimes, man. It's great to see it.
Ours really that are entering the prime of their career,
Yeah.
and the game is now starting to slow down for them. And they understand that the unselfish, the make the right play, no matter what,
Yep.
is what's going to get you the gold.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we got to
She
get to
knows.
break.
She knows
Becky
better than me.
Hammond, great to have you with us. All right.
Thank
An honor.
I'm trolling. But that's everything, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. BG is free as well. I was gonna do a video on that, but I don't really care that much just about the whole situation as far as the hate she's receiving. Should she have gone to jail? I don't know. That's the rules of the country, but it's also like it was a bit of weed. You know damn well if it was someone who is just a random person, you know damn well that this probably wouldn't be that long of them being there, as far as her being there since February, which is nuts. But that's another video for another day. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.